Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as always. And it's a beautiful sunny summer day in St. Louis, Missouri today. Smash that like button and subscribe. We are continuing with The Power is Within. We are on location 527. And this book is available on Amazon Books. Pick up your copy today. I know it will be of value to you. We were talking yesterday about the two dogs coming into the country, hoping that it was going to be, got a fly in here, hoping that it was going to be different in the new country. But as we talked about yesterday, everywhere you go, there you are. So which one are you going to be when you come to a new country? If you're the same old person, you'll meet the same old people in the same old situations, as the dogs did. Which immigration officer you allow to take up residence in your mind will determine whether you are the first or the second dog, the victor or the victim. There are no victims. It is an unfortunate truth that most people would rather be seen as a victim. The world loves a victim. They are an instant underdog, a person that everyone can root for because of the terrible injustices they have suffered. Any amount of success they find is hailed as a great achievement. And even if they find none, well, that's okay given what they've been through. We as society give these people full forgiveness for living however unremarkable a life they want. But there is an inconvenient truth about victims, one that once you know it, will never permit you to be a victim again in good conscience. Better turn away if you're hoping for a life as well as a well-meaning victim. The victim always brings their problems on themselves, always. Wait a second, Mark, you say. My neighbor May is the sweetest old lady on the planet. She gives to the church, volunteers her time during the week, and would give you the shirt off her back. Just yesterday, she baked me a cake just because she knew which kind I liked. Even snuck it in through the window of my office so my old lady wouldn't notice. Last week she was mugged and assaulted. You can't possibly tell me that May was at fault. No, it doesn't seem like it, does it? When something happens to you, it always seems like that it's the other person, that it was circumstances that were beyond your control. And in that moment they were, but you created those circumstances with your dominant thinking. But usually you don't remember what you were thinking that brought these things on. And your thoughts may not bring on exactly what you were thinking, but it will bring on the like kind of what you were thinking. Dominant thinking, not the passing thoughts, but the dominant thinking in your mind on a daily basis. And here we go with May. Even May, though I wouldn't say she was completely responsible, nor is anyone else. It takes two to have a mugging, and without the other person and their baggage coming into the picture, there would not have been one. But May is not blameless. See, you are only able to see the outer world that May participates in. To find her culpability, you have to consider what was going on in May's inner queendom. Your kingdom, her queendom. What you don't know is when May isn't at church, she sits at home watching the news and crime dramas and documentaries. She has come to believe that there is so much crime in the world that just to walk out your door is to risk your life. She worries about this every time she steps out for an errand or to visit church. May's view of the world is as a dangerous place became the magnet which attracted that mugger to her. She sent those vibrations out her locked window and into the universe. The universe, as it always does, simply answered. The mugger, on the other hand, probably grew up in an area of the city steeped in violence and crime. And when he believed there was only one way to pay for his next hit of whatever drug he may have been addicted to, the universe answered his vibrations as well. May and the mugger, as unlikely as it may seem, were a vibrational match. They aren't alone, not hardly. Nikola Tesla, the discoverer of alternating current, is one of the most celebrated inventors of the 19th and 20th centuries, and was a pioneer in the field of electricity. He is still said by many physicists to have attained knowledge about electricity, energy, and physics that we have not yet been able to fully understand today. Much of this is due to many of his inventions that were secret, disallowed by government agencies, destroyed in suspicious ways, or frankly lost due to the theft of his journals. Tesla was not a stranger to laws which beset our good neighbor May. Tesla once said, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Hold the thoughts for a prolonged period of time and practice becoming the vibrational match to what you want. Every spiritual leader throughout history has included this understanding as part of their texts. Note, I said spiritual, not religious. The original great teachers mostly disregarded religion, which is something wholly different than spirituality. Many people now use the term metaphysical in place of spiritual, describing it as beyond the physical. For me, I see spiritual as anything that is real and yet not physical. Some people might say that's woo-woo thinking, and yes, most of the time it is. Many people use the word spiritual as a catch-all to all include practices that have no objective basis in reality. What I'm talking about are the principles that have been constantly or consistently passed down by every great teacher throughout history, and if followed, provide the same results. Just because we cannot yet explain it does not make it any less real or applicable. Can you see the wind? No, you can't, but you can see what the wind does. You can see the effects of the wind. Can you see gravity? No, you can't, but you can see the effects of gravity. I guarantee you, climb up to the top of the Empire State Building and jump off, and you will see and feel the effects of gravity. Many things we can't see. We can't see electricity. Oh, you think you can? No, you only see the effects of electricity, but yet it is one of the greatest powers, at least known to us, in the universe. The atom. Can you see an atom? Can you see an atom when it is split? No, you can't. But the awesome energy is incredible. It can destroy cities, thousands of people. It could destroy the earth, or the earth as we know it, if we had a nuclear war. But yet you can't see that power within the nuclear warhead. You can see the nuclear warhead, but you can't see that awesome atomic or nuclear energy. There are many things we can't see and that most of us don't even understand, but yet they hold great power. So if you have to see something to believe it, I say rather believe it and then you'll see it. That power lies within you, within each of you. Why aren't you using it? Simply because you don't believe in it. You have to believe to receive. Everything that you do is a result, and your actions that you take are a result of your belief. You either believe you can or you believe you can't. In either case, you are right. That's a Henry Ford quote. And I agree with that. Your actions result from your beliefs. According to your faith, according to your belief, it is done unto you. Now, your actions come from your intuition. They don't come from your logical, rational thinking mind. It does have its place, but you have to get your logical, rational thinking, intelligent mind in line with the intelligent mind of the universe, or with your subconscious mind, which is connected with the intelligence of the universe, and allow it to work things out for you. And whatever actions you need to take will not be something that you have to think hard on and to push for, but they will come to you. Many of the great inventors throughout history have said they got the greatest ideas just popped into their head out of nowhere. Now, granted, they were working on certain projects, but yet the answers that they needed to complete these projects came to them out of thin air, so to speak. Now, that's not from your human mind, or maybe it is. I'm not really sure where it's from, but it comes from somewhere other than your thinking mind. They say that your thinking, rational mind attributes to less than 2% of what you do every day, but rather our actions come from our subconscious mind. They've done tests and did studies to prove this or correspond to this hypothesis. So you can look it up yourself on the internet. What a wonderful thing that is. That began in the mind of man. The computer, the internet, this web, everything, all this. We can come up with any information we want within a matter of seconds. You don't have to go to the library and look it up in the Encyclopedia Britannica. Some of you probably are too young to know what that is, but we couldn't in the past just speak to our phone and get an answer. But now you can come up with almost any answer to anything, well, whether it's correct or not. If it's on the internet, it's got to be true, right? No, that's kind of a joke, as you know. But you can find a lot of valuable information at just within seconds. As before, it took you maybe hours to find it, or maybe you couldn't find it. Maybe it would take days and weeks of research to find it. But now you can just speak into your phone and get whatever information you want. What is this but a marvel of the mind, a marvel of divine intelligence, a marvel of universal intelligence, higher mind, whatever name you want to put on it, that's what it is. Okay, so we're going to stop here for today. Thanks for joining me. Once again, share this with a friend if you think it will be of value to them. Check out my website at marksinspiration.com, and both of my books are available on Amazon. The other one is Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels. It's a very inspirational book with a lot of life lessons in it that I know will be of value to you. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for joining me. See you tomorrow.